Well, since we're now 0 for 3 on Batman movies this year, are we really now relying on Adam West to bring us the best Batman movie of 2016? Batman Return of the Caped Crusaders is the newest film from Warner Brothers Animation, and it stars Adam West and Burt Ward reprising their iconic roles as Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin are back in action to take down the evildoers of Gotham City when it is threatened by Penguin, the Joker, Riddler, and Catwoman. Now, I was actually pretty excited for this movie. I remember watching the Batman movie from 1966 when I was a kid. Sure, it was pretty campy and ridiculous, but that television show and that movie always showed the very unique side of Batman. And what was great about Adam West's Batman is no matter how rich you are, it doesn't matter if you can fight, you can always be a good person. You can always be a good citizen. You can always make the right decisions to help your fellow man. He wasn't dark, he wasn't angry, he didn't murder people. And that is precisely why I loved this movie. And honestly, there is no better time for this film to come out than right now. Not only did it bring me back to the 1960s and made me feel like I was in that era when it shows like Batman and Robin solving these ridiculous riddles and they just come to these absurd conclusions, and Commissioner Gordon being like, how didn't I think of that? What would we do without you, Batman? And not only does it do that, which is what I was expecting it to do, but dear God, this movie makes so much fun of the Nolan trilogies and just the current state that Batman is in right now in pop culture. There are so many hints and nods that if you're a fan of Batman and you get all of these references, you will really get a kick out of them. And that's what this movie is supposed to be. It's for the fans. This movie had a one-night showing in a limited amount of theaters. The theater that I went to, not including myself, had about 4 other people in it. And they were all just having a great time because they were enjoying this movie that is a love letter to the fans and that just really encapsulates that era of Batman and just the era of camp and just ridiculousness. And it was so great to have the actors back. Adam West and Burt Ward still kill it as these characters. I was really surprised how good Burt Ward sounded actually because he played Robin like 50 some odd years ago and he still sounds great. And I know how Adam West sounds because he does the voices in Family Guy, so I know that he still sounds like Batman. But it was so great to just have these 2 iconic actors come back to reprise these roles. And everyone sounded so good. The only person that I thought was a little off sometimes was Catwoman, because Julie Newmar does come back to portray Catwoman in this film. At times you could tell that she sounded a little old. She's in her 80s, I get it, but it's still worth pointing out. With all that being said though, I am glad that they put her in this movie because I feel like even though she doesn't sound quite like she did in the past, it's still nice to have her in it. It's still nice to include her on this love letter to the fans. I absolutely adored this movie. In fact, this is my favorite Batman film of 2016. Not that hard to do. And again, it was just so cool to have Adam West and Burt Ward back because they are older now. And in a world where you can't have them go back and don those suits and then punch and fight and do all those things, the only alternative is animation. The movie was hilarious in how it captured the spirit of the 1960s and how it was almost a commentary on how Batman is perceived now and how he's changed over time. I loved all the meta humor in this movie and how it's just making fun of Batman, and I hope that the Lego Batman movie also does that too. I really did enjoy watching this, and if you are a big Batman fan like I am and you like the 1960s era and the Adam West era, I would absolutely check out Batman and Return of the Caped Crusaders. Thank you guys for watching today. I hope you liked today's video, and if you did, click on the link down below and subscribe to my channel to see more movie reviews and movie related things. And guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.